He's got Gagner with him for the record. Back and front score! Sam Gagner with 8 points in the game.
Gagner, French for to win. So why would we expect anything less? The proof is in the pudding. It was 4 goals and 4 assists 11 years ago with the Oilers in a game where he was not the first, not the second, but all 3 stars that night. A few years later, in the 16-17 season, we saw Gagner and the Blue Jackets go on an absolute tear, winning 16 consecutive games in a row, just one short of the all-time record of 17. And that 16th game just so happened to come against the Edmonton Oilers in a 3-1 victory. Ironic that now, 7 years later, and back with the Oilers, there was another shot at NHL history for Sam Gagner. See, the Oilers themselves on a heater ever since this moment, it seems, had won 13 in a row coming into last night's matchup and had a chance to make it 14 against none other than Sam Gagner's former club, the Columbus Blue Jackets. And so, with that said, let's see how this one unfolded. Early on, there were some good chances on both ends, with both Merzlikins and Skinner especially coming up with some big stops to keep it a goalless game. But after Peak would get called for holding, the Oilers went up a man, and Kane, cruising down, curls it in front, and they score. Goes off of Fogel's skate in front as the Oilers would break the ice. Shortly after, though, it's Gaudreau breaking loose all alone, shoots, and a big save from Skinner as he flashes a little leather. Gaudreau on the bench can't believe it, as this would remain a 1-goal game. But not for long. With 5 to go, the Oilers give it away. Voronkov to Johnson gives it back, and they score. A pretty give and go as Voronkov with his 10th would square it up at 1 apiece. And so, tied up after 20, we'll head over to the second, where Jenner, getting called for tripping, put the Oilers on a 4-on-3 power play. And McDavid, looking to make him pay, does just that as he scores. 5-hole, beating Merzlikins, but not so fast. The Blue Jackets saw something, they challenged, and sure enough, the entry was offside. The Blue Jackets, with a successful challenge, take one off the board. And despite Columbus outshooting Edmonton 10-5 for the period, this remained a tied game after 40, so we'll head over to the third and final frame, where 5 minutes in, Kulak lets it rip off the post, there's a rebound, and finally they score. It's Evander Kane in front to regain the lead with his 15th of the year. And not a minute later, Draisaitl to McDavid on net, and he scored. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, the Oilers were up by 2. And from here, they just had to shut Columbus down, which they did. And so, nearing the end, Kulak to Brown, there's a rebound, and it's Holloway, makes it 3 unanswered and a 3-goal game to add insurance as he secures his 2nd of the year. And so, with it, the Oilers, who would come out in the third strong for the 14th game in a row, take this one 4-1 at home. Now, part of this streak means Skinner now has 11 in a row, breaking the franchise record, beating out Grant Fuhr, which is obviously always going to be an honor to be named amongst him. But further, Sam Gagner, despite not recording a point in this one, did become the first NHL player in history to be part of not one, but now 2 14-game winning streaks on 2 different teams. There have only ever been 7 14-game winning streaks in NHL history, and he's part of 2 of them. This team as a whole is something else right now, and it's going to be special to see if they can keep this rolling in Chicago. But yeah, that's about it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I will see you in the next one.